November 16th, 1997 at the RCA Dome. The Pack come in favored by 13. The Colts
I
were
remember this game well, Bob. As a
0 and
young
11.
Packer fan in Western New York, Paul
Yep.
Justin as the quarterback for those Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, and he had a dislocated finger. He wasn't even going to play till game time. So this is going to be basically a shout out to LeRoy Butler, but we're going to move into this thing. So the Pack was favored by 13, and the Colts did not have its starting quarterback, Jim Harbaugh, its best pass rusher, Tony Bennett, the ex-Packer, its best defensive lineman, and its starting middle backer. Green Bay was 8-2 coming in. They had not, in the first 100 games under Mike Holmgren, they had never lost when favored by more than 7.5. Here they're favored by 13. My lead was Dateline Indianapolis. The unthinkable happened, period graph. Okay. So after games like this, Tyler, after these complete disgraces, a lot of players either A, take the quickest shower of their lives and are out the door. B, don't even take a shower at all and are out the door before the press can almost even get in there, you know? They're all happy as a clam, aren't they? As my mom used to say, as they, after victories. Oh, they're hanging around, loving to talk, waiting for the cameras to come in, waiting for the notebook guys to come around, you know? Love to talk. So LeRoy Butler, not only would he stay around after defeats till the last notebook was hung, he would take the media side and chastise his teammates who tried to bolt early from a losing locker room. I saw him do this probably 15 times. He'd say, "Hey, y'all, Bob's here now. You want to talk to him after we win? You got your heads down, you're heading out of here. What are you all doing?" And I remember the guy he castigated a lot of times. "Hey, Free," meaning Antonio Freeman. "Come on, you had 3 touchdowns last week. You were all happy talking to Bob, weren't you? Now you're not. What's going on?" LeRoy, he saw this as a way to build character, as a way to responsibility to the fans and to the media, to the fans through the media as a conduit. After this game, I'm looking at LeRoy's quotes, and after this one, LeRoy said, "We've got a history of making average quarterbacks look great. The guy wasn't even going to fucking play. Then to have a game like that, that really hurts it." He called it the poorest moment under Mike Holmgren. He said he's talking about how Bernardo Harris blew a coverage. They just knew LeRoy's honest. Quote, "Bernardo was supposed to be man-to-man, but he said there was a certain call, and he said he didn't get the call," said Butler. And he complained about Shermer's game plan because he put him on Falk and didn't let him cover the tight end. He said, quote, "People found our weaknesses. We're good with certain game plans. Certain game plans were not so good." And then he says, going out the door, there's one more in here. "People will look at this film and laugh and say, well, we can do anything against those Packers. Well, we can change that next week. For the standards we set around here, this is pretty much unacceptable." So in 2005, when the Pro Football Writers decided to inaugurate a new award for a player who helped the media, went above and beyond, way above and beyond, helping the media do its job, I really fought to have this award named the LeRoy Butler Award. I've never seen a player even close to ripping his teammates on behalf of the media. Beyond belief. And they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to name it after one player. They were concerned. And so it was named the Good Guy Award. And that was won by Brett Favre in 2008 and Aaron Rodgers in 2011. Some other people who I've never seen anybody, well, maybe Greg Cook would have shied at some of his teammates about not talking to the media. He might have, but the guys who were outstanding after defeats, I went through real quick. Ryan Pickett, Brian Noble, Greg Barnett Williams, BJ Raji. Those are just 7 stand-up guys who would hang in after defeats, after any conditions, all conditions, and answer the tough questions. So I guess that's it. But there's never been anybody like Butler with that responsibility to the fans.
Tremont Williams comes to mind for me in there.
Here's a
Man,
good one.
he'd post up